Now, look, I'll tell you what's driving me nuts. The willingness of an exultant left-wing media to bury the Liberal Party. Now, if you believe the headlines, you'd think that all was needed was to throw the soil on the grave and the Liberal Party would be interred forever. And the headlines are everywhere. Lessons for Liberals in the Aston poll, we're told. Ultra-conservatives stuck in the past. By-election loss has set Dutton a daunting task. PM's collaborative approach a lesson for the Liberal Party. You've got to be kidding. What, the Liberal Party teaching lessons to the Liberals? Poll win, a blow to the Liberal brand, and so it goes on. The biggest problem political parties have is to believe their own bulldust. Labor won 32.6% of the vote at the federal election, which means 67.4% of voters didn't vote for them. The Coalition won 35.7% of the vote, not impressive, but more than 500,000 Australians preferred the Coalition to Labor. And let's face it, it was a crook coalition. And then the damage continued in New South Wales. The reason Perrottet and co were hammered is because they vacated the field traditionally occupied by the Liberal Party. Low tax, small government, serious about debt, a good education. Instead, we had a budget last year in New South Wales which beat Gough Whitlam's record, increasing spending by 25.2%. A deficit expected to be $3.6 billion turned out to be over $11 billion. State government debt in New South Wales forecast to rise to $115 billion. This is not Liberal Party stuff. And the Morrison legacy, spending on coronavirus, closing down businesses, shutting down schools, all is now being proven to be nothing more than an alarmist strategy. I warned about all of that at the time, and I was cancelled. I well remember when Kevin Rudd won government, Kevin 07, remember? He won 23 seats from the Coalition. The Howard government lost 22, but Rudd Labor won 43.3% of the primary vote, Howard Coalition 42%. On first preference votes, there was about 160,000 in it. Peter Costello had been not a good, a brilliant treasurer. In the week following the defeat, he and I had dinner. I urged him to stand for the Liberal leadership, to which he replied, "You won't mind me saying this, mate, I'm not going to spend 10 years in opposition after all the work I've done as treasurer." And I said to him, hang on, it won't be 10 years, this mob will implode. By 2010, 3 years later, a Costello-led coalition would have won the election. Instead, there were changes in the Liberal leadership. Tony Abbott almost won 7 seats, and at the next election won 18, and Labor were gone. It's the same thing here, believe me, and it's begun. The energy crisis is about to hit. And it's taken the new Environment Minister in New South Wales, Labor, Penny Sharp, to remind us there is an energy crisis around the corner. And this is all this zero emissions nonsense. Then, of course, Albo's crying, urging us to back the Voice. And if you don't, you're un-Australian, you're racist, and you'll have all sorts of abuse hurled at you.